So the first thing on the agenda today is taking care of some oil leaks on this 2003 SAAB 9.3. Now, if you don't know, they made two different 9.3s in 2003, so this is the newer version, and it's actually pretty rare. It's got the 6-speed manual transmission in it. Now, this car almost has 200,000 miles on it. I believe it's at 199,000, so just goes to show these cars can be really reliable as long as you take care of them and maintain them properly. As you can see, this one doesn't have the cleanest engine bay. That's why it's in here today. We're going to be taking care of a couple leaks, and thanks to SAAB Parts, they got these parts shipped out really quickly. We got the new T-connector, vacuum pump kit, power steering pump kit, and a valve cover. So let's get to it and get this car fixed up. New T-connectors in, that was super easy. The old one came out no problems. Next up is going to be the vacuum pump kit. So let's get to it. Alright, so the vacuum pump's out, and it looks like it was probably replaced recently, or I don't know, maybe they just look this clean. Anyways, I'm gonna take it apart, put in the new O-rings, and slap it back together. Alrighty, so the old O-rings are out. Vacuum pump's ready to go back in, and then we can get onto the power steering pump and the valve cover gasket. So let's toss it all back together, and we'll get this engine bay cleaned up. Alrighty, so the vacuum pump's reinstalled, new seals in. Next up is this monstrosity we got going on here. I mean, that is just pretty caked up. Well neglected for a while, and yeah, let's get that all cleaned up and hopefully it'll stop leaking all over the street here. Alrighty guys, power steering pump's installed with all the new seals. Topped off the fluid, a little too much in there, but hoping the system will pull that down. Topped off the coolant, cleaned up a little bit of that gunk that was down there. So now all that's left is the valve cover gasket, and then in a little bit my buddy Jacob, or some of you guys know him from Auto Autopsy, is going to be coming by and helping me out with these rear brakes. They have seen better days. I mean, I can't believe the guy was driving around like this, but hey. Valve cover's off, and I'm pretty impressed. Looks pretty healthy under there for 200,000 miles. I'd say this car still has some life left in it, so we're gonna get the new valve cover gasket in and we'll get back to it. All right guys, so it's a couple hours later. All the new seals are in, leaks should be fixed. The last thing on the list is the rear brakes, so I'm just waiting for my buddy Jacob to get here, and then we're gonna knock that out. In the meantime, it's really hot out here in Phoenix, so I'm going to step inside for a quick little break, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, car's back together. Everything seems to be running okay. Now we're just fighting these rear brakes. Can't get these dang calipers and pistons in, so there's another SAAB in the wild. But yeah, once we get these brakes done, she'll be ready for a test drive and good to go. So the car's all put back together, brakes are done, all the seals are in, so there shouldn't be any more leaks. all that's left is a little test drive, and we'll see how she does. Alrighty guys, so here we are in the first drive. Haven't really test driven this car yet, but now that we fixed all the leaks and put the new brakes on, figure we take it around the block, make sure everything's running right. This is my second time driving a 6-speed manual, and I gotta say I really like these things versus the 5-speed. You know, I'm always digging for that 6th gear on the highway, so it's kind of cool to be able to have that. So far so good. I mean, for 199,000 miles, this car drives pretty well. Shifts smooth as butter. You know, there's a check engine light on. I'm gonna have to plug in my Tech 2 and see what's up with that. But overall, it seems like the brakes went well. Not getting any coolant messages or anything like that. Power steering sounds fine, so pretty happy with it, guys. Well guys, the test drive went great. I think the owner's gonna be really happy with it. New brakes in the rear, no more leaks from the power steering or from the vacuum pump. New T-connector for the coolant. I mean, this thing's got a new lease on life. It's about to hit 200,000, and I think it's got another 100,000 in it. So long as it keeps bringing it to saving SAABs, this thing's gonna be on the road for a while, guys.